everybody, and welcome to the stream. I'm your host on Holy Notes. These are the Ether Boys, and this is the Star Wars stream. Tonight is Star Wars Episode 6. What is it? I have no freaking idea, actually.
A chance encounter.
A chance encounter, there it is. Guys, thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. We're super excited to have you out. Fitch has a great story plan for us, and so we're going to hop right...
Sorry.
We're going to hop right into it and get right to work. So thank you guys for coming out. You're an amazing audience. You guys at home, yes, you. Thank you so much. So, Fitch, without further ado.
All right. So last time there was a bunch of cool stuff that happened. Y'all landed on a planet. And then this morning I made a video about it. So let's hit that title crawl and
Here we go.
make it feel like I do things for a reason.
All right, here we go. Let's hit the...
Get our singers in.
Yeah, all right, everybody get ready to sing the main theme
All the
of
single ladies.
Star
All the
Wars.
single ladies.
Here we go.
All the single ladies.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3.
Long time ago. Ba, 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 da, da, ba, ba, da, da, ba, da, da, ba, da, ba, 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 da, da, ba, da, ba, da, da, ba, da, da, da,
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, I'm supposed to be reading this for everybody. In the midst of hyperspace travel, the Deep Swallow was targeted by an unknown ship and exited hyperspace, avoiding the dire consequences of being forcefully pulled out of hyperspace. The other ship quickly fled, but not before releasing a pair of vulture droids. Our group quickly chose battle stations and, for the first time as this crew, engaged in an intense dogfight. Successful in their battle, the group finished repairs and continued on their hyperspace journey to the planet Voss. Though there were the planet ahead of time, upon landing, they were welcomed by the locals and told that they were expected. How did the locals know about the group's arrival? Were they friendly? Only time will tell.
All right. Yay.
All right.
All right, here we go. We're gonna you guys are gonna have to send me a recording of everybody singing the song. I'll mesh it all together, and that'll go along with the video.
Yeah. You do that, and I will use that for the sounds.
Oh,
in the
perfect.
video.
Yeah.
Can I be a French horn?
Absolutely. Everybody pick the part you want to sing. That'd be
Ew.
amazing. Yeah. Get after it.
Yeah, no, I would totally use that for the soundtrack for the videos, so that way.
I'll be the America horn.
When I lived
The
in
symbol.
Paris, I was known as the French horn
Oh, I bet.
because I like
You
to
rusty
touch.
rascal, you.
I like to touch the croissants all the time and not pay for them.
Wow.
Oh, mon avis.
When I'm here,
Oui, all right.
Oh.
So as the title crawl said, y'all have arrived on the planet Voss. If y'all remember, as of last time, y'all had been told that you were going to be making a first contact mission with the Gormax of the planet. That was the only known sentient species. As y'all landed, Arto and somebody else, I can't remember who, probably Killjoy, went to the edge of the exit ramp, and y'all kind of said, waved and said hello. And as you did, y'all were met by two people. You can assume one of the male persuasion and one of the female.
how'd you all just?
I mean, from body shape and whatever, at least the sex would be male and female. One male, one female. Their gender roles, who knows? But as
We don't need to get into that.
exactly. I believe. Let me check the pictures that I posted. The female has like a red and orange skin with bright blue glowing eyes and some like blue accents on her face. The male has a very light blue, kind of almost grayish, with orange accents and like glowing orange eyes. As they come out and greet you as you say hi, in unison, creepily so, one might say. You go, hello, we were expecting you.
Hello. Oh, yes. You told me that you knew why I was here. While we were here.
We know why you were told that you were here.
You specifically called me by my name.
Oh, yes.
Do you know who I'm looking for?
The man who betrayed you.
Is he here?
No.
Was he here?
No. His way, his path is shrouded by the dark side.
Mm.
Do you know how I find him?
That is up to you.
I'll just cross my arms.
These motherfuckers are creepy.
I don't like
Yes.
them. They remind me of Easy But Worse.
Our apologies. Would you like to come onto this planet and get off of your ship? You are most welcome.
Yeah, real quick, what is our actual job here? I don't know what's going on with them at R2 right now, but
Job
this is a Republic mission.
Yes, it is. Y'all were told to come to the planet, speak to the Gormak, try to convince
Get them
them to
on.
join the Republic.
Yeah, all right.
Yes.
But
No.
there's some weird stuff going on with R2 right now. That's not on the docket, right?
Oh, I mean, he's the only one that's talked to him, so it may be weird stuff going on with all of y'all. Who knows?
Okay.
Y'all know. You all know who Porcos. If you know me, you know Porcos.
Yes. We know all of you. We have seen you.
That's weird.
Seen your arrival.
Hmm.
Is that the Force?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wanna pull Porco to the side and kind of have him probe things out with his force sensitivity if he can. Kind of curious to see if he feels something that a robot can't.
I'm
Oh, yeah,
actually, well, unless that's a skill. Hold up. I'm actually not very. I don't have the ability to do that.
Oh, you just have a light.
I mean,
I don't specifically have an ability that does that.
Oh,
I don't. I don't know if that's actually a thing, but
it
I'm
is. It's
definitely-
like detect magic. You can detect force.
I'm not sure if I could do this. I have at level 3 as an operative. I unlocked, I guess, a bad feeling. I'm just not sure how that works or what that is. I tried searching for it.
I'm not sure what that is either.
It's one of the features or something like that, along with operative practice.
There we go. Give me just a second. I'm going to pull up a random character sheet so I can look at all the
Sense force
skills and stuff.
Level 1.
And you specifically don't have that.
Heck no, I don't do that.
What is it called?
Well, oh, what's ability is all your force stuff based off of?
Like, so they use like Coder, they use charisma for dark side and wisdom for light side.
All right. Go ahead and make just a real simple base wisdom check for me. Fuck it. Make it an insight check. Makes sense to me.
Yeah. Hey,
Ooh.
that shows my abilities at sensing force. Natty 1.
Yeah, so you don't feel anything you don't feel anything from it. Let's see what you just
I think they're just innately got innate telekinesis, telepathy.
Pitch.
Okay, yes. Yes, you have.
I think it's a racial thing.
Can I try to?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, just make an insight check for me. It's funny because I kind of told you that even without having read the
I'm back, sorry.
read a whole lot into.
insight.
Yeah.
It's good. 17.
17. As you're about to ask if all of this is if they can see this through the force, like if that's what it's coming from, you feel it. You feel it's like, let me think. It's like a million little hands just slowly wash over you.
Ooh.
And yeah, you can feel this. It's the living force. It's like as much as you've tried on the ship to connect with something, you truly feel the force wash over you as these beings are very, very well connected to the force.
I sense them in these hands.
Yeah.
Can they sense me?
Oh, they. Actually, like, are you talking like asking if these people can sense if you have any sort of connection to the force?
Yes. If they
Well,
sense me inside of it. If it's the same as
everything's
what I'm looking for.
everything's connected to the living force. Let me frickin'.
Excuse me.
Oh, fucking natural too. The way that you connect to the force is very different. It's very unconscious, and you aren't really projecting anything the same way that they do. So they aren't feeling like any sort of like how you could feel them reaching out to you, they don't feel the same. But they do sense that all like the same connection that everybody has to the Force. It's as a living being, you have some sort of connection to the Force.
So we've landed on the planet, correct, Mundo?
Yes, y'all are landed, and y'all are on a landing pad right now.
Gotcha.
And I'll make a note that, like, even though there is a landing pad here, you didn't see any sort of city or anything else like that.
All right. What did you two say your names were?
Well, shit. All the prep that I've done, I never even fucking did that. I feel like a piece of shit. Let's let me pull something up real quick. Pull that up. Let me see what some names of these people are. There we go. My apologies. The male. The male kind of speaks up separately, just for a split second. Like you still hear her voice at the same time, but it's like I said, it's a little separate. The male goes, "My name is Ilan," and very shortly, just a split second after, the female chimes in, "My name is Laura."
Assuming what you've
What's
told
going on,
my
Army Man?
friend, you were here.
What's happening there, old
You've
friend?
expected our arrival on this planet, yes?
Yes, we have sensed it.
Do you know our intentions on the planet?
You were told to come and meet us to try to convince us to join the Republic.
At this point,
Can I roll an insight on that?
Yeah, sure.
Gotcha.
can I also make them make a wisdom saving throw?
I
Oh,
just
yeah,
want to
how'd
see
you
if
guys
they're
fare?
lying,
Right, okay, let's...
which I know they are. 15.
Some people had a bad time.
They aren't lying per se.
Gotcha.
They, oh, how do I word this? They are being as honest as they think you would understand.
All right.
And you wanted to make them roll a wisdom save
I want
for...
them to affect mine.
Arto, you better
Oh.
keep your pants up, boy.
Using this force, these hands that I feel, I will attempt to watch them over them. I am a quiet storm building on the horizon. I will crush any wave and ship that comes my way. Saving throw.
That's a natural 15. And I'd say they'd probably fairly on the wide side. It'd probably be a +2 or +3.
And even though I'm failing it, I would attempt the classic Star Wars thing of being like, you will join the Republic.
Child,
Oof.
your attempts at bending us to your will is ill-advised.
I agree.
Okay, easy.
But please, we welcome you to our planet. We know you have traveled vast distances. Tiny, go ahead and make a... I want you to make a wisdom saving throw.
$14.
14. With the 14, I will say that not from them whatsoever, but you feel just the ever so light pull and an ever so light pressure from somewhere on the planet. And it's just like the tiniest of babies trying to pull you in a direction without you really realizing it. Like you just feel just a slight little tug, and then it dissipates.
Very well. Can I note that direction? Are we following
Sure.
them? Do we have to follow them right now where we're going?
I believe we are still at the ship.
Are we following them though?
Or more so asking them questions before
More
going
so like
anywhere.
they're receiving us, kind of thing.
Yeah. I got a hunch, guys. You follow me? I don't know.
But yeah, you can move the direction that pull was coming from.
I will note the direction.
So our mission here was to find the Gormak. Are you the Gormak, or are you the Voss?
We are the Voss.
Are the
Who is
Gormak
Gormak?
on this planet? Or is it a
Yes. No, the Gormak are another species on this planet. They would not be as welcoming as you, or as we have been to you. We used our abilities in the Force to guide y'all to our side of the planet, as opposed to theirs.
Well, I
Are
would
they
be
just as strong as you?
Sorry, Alison, what was that?
Are they just as strong as you?
They are more physically imposing.
More so than me?
Similar. Like you, or like Killjoy. Or
Would you
like
be open
Porpoise
to
here.
relations with the Republic?
We try to stay neutral. We have learned that conflict is an easy path to fall down to the dark side. Especially conflict led by hate.
Captain makes me all crazy.
You are more than welcome to stay on your ship, but we do have accommodations already prepared for you.
Ooh.
Wrong with that?
How can you accommodate a droid?
Well, feel free to follow
some
them.
lube and a tune-up.
That is essentially correct. We have oil baths prepared.
Ooh.
Acceptable.
I nod with DC.
So y'all follow?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna kind of tail behind. I'm gonna go back in the ship and see if I can reach command.
All right. Go ahead and roll a tech check for me.
That would appear disrespectful to our gracious hosts.
Oh, lovely. That's 4.
4? No. Calibration's off, or there might be atmospheric interference, something like that. Yeah. As far as you know, the your best bet would be to, if you really felt it was dire, to contact them to get out of the atmosphere first.
Gotcha. Well, I guess I'll go follow the rest of the men.
All right.
Make
So
sure they're safe. Try to feel accommodating.
as y'all follow Element and Lara, so where y'all landed was kind of near a like a mountain range. As you follow them, it starts going through a tunnel, and then within 5 to 10 minutes of going through this relatively straight, like very well, like mined and maintained tunnel. It's all it's well lit. It is like there's like actual walls and stuff like that. It's just, but it is a tunnel through this mountain. Yeah, like I said, within about 5 to 10 minutes, it opens up, and you can see where, like, you come through and you can see the sky, and you can see it's like a bowl, like a big friggin' bowl in the middle of a huge mountain range, where it is completely carved out, and there are buildings as far as you can see, and in different places you can see these massive hollow projectors that shoot up into the sky, and you can easy, you go ahead and make a tech check. Somebody else can make a nature check.
I will roll nature.
I got some. What do you call it? Rule questions to ask after the game. Not right now or anything.
A nat
Okay.
14.
All right, I believe you have a decent tech score.
I think so. That would be. Is that Constitution?
No, tech is intelligence, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'd be a +2.
+2. All right.
May I do survival instead of wisdom?
Could I do the tech
nature.
and add +5?
No, this would be a nature.
I'm curious with this with this city front, this cityscape. Is it does it appear to be derelict, or does it seem to be inhabited?
Oh, this is very much inhabited, And I would say with that tech check, these hollow projectors are projecting a facade over the city, so that way it couldn't be seen from orbital travel.
Mm.
Nature check is 10.
10. With a 10, I would say that the way that this projection is, you are seeing the actual daylight outside. You're feeling actual sunlight. It's not like a projection for the city as well. It's like, no, you're actually seeing what's up there. Yeah, as y'all enter this area, you see, you see all sorts of everything around. You see children, you see men and women and business and people traveling on small speeders and everything. This is a full-blown, completely alive city.
Is it,
Just this one race, right?
yeah, that's
These
exactly
weird,
what I was thinking.
these weird looking.
Yeah, so it's the race, and there are droids. And I will actually say, since you asked that, go ahead and roll a investigation check
Blah.
or a perception check. I mean, sorry.
Okay.
Because you're asking if there are other races.
16.
All right, with a 16, it is extremely rare, but you have seen a few people, or a few people that have a more almost reptilian appearance, more greenish skin, kind of large fins on either side of the head, above the ears.
All right.
Yeah. And yeah, it's out of probably, because this is hustling and bustling. So out of probably 500 people that you've seen over the past minute of just traveling and all that, you've seen one of these people.
Very well. Continue along to the accommodations until I can assess where that little force pull happened.
Okay. And I'll make a note, or go ahead and make a note that you're moving in the opposite direction of that pole.
Yeah.
You okay, Porcos?
I think I have a direction to go, and it's away from here. But
Are you hungry?
no. I feel like somebody force pulled my hand ever so slightly.
Ooh.
So
His hand like this.
do you let him grab your hand and pull it?
Is he doing that?
Like a gentle pull, like if you were walking away from me and I was like, stay.
Yeah,
I'm assuming someone else in the team has like a comm link on him, right?
Yes, me.
I think we all.
I would say the droid definitely does.
Okay, the droid's got a comm link.
Yeah, I also have one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It would not be advised, but If you want to go investigate the source of the pulling on your hand, we could go if you'd like. We could split up. Some of us
I
stay
mean, we
here.
don't really have a itinerary,
Exactly.
necessarily.
I have a date with an oil batch dipper thingy.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to go at this second. I'm just saying that,
Is it wise to separate on an unknown planet?
I
I
say,
I
say
agree
we
with
wait.
We have
Barto.
communications ability to talk.
What if communications are disrupted?
I say we can easily wait, take a minute, chill at accommodation, we'll move right along. From there.
Going through the city, do I
Not a
notice
problem.
any sort of like military presence or anything? Any sort of law enforcement?
Occasionally you do see you do see make an insight check.
Like any armed individuals
Mm.
other than ourselves? Insight check. Alright, that's a 10.
Let me. Yeah. You definitely every once in a while you see some people, typically males, that have that are wearing like a white kind of breastplate kind of thing and a helmet. Some have melee weapons, some have blasters. They aren't extremely common, but
Gotcha.
but they are around. And I'll say that you did notice, you would have noticed especially, as y'all entered into the like city itself, there were there were four of these soldiers kind of at that entrance as guards of sorts.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah, they didn't stop you or anything, but and like so as you pass through, I just kind of noticed y'all coming in.
I mean, we are
But
being led to our accommodations, correct?
yes, you are.
Um, and this is more easy line of questioning, but do we need to be talking to anybody of import? We're not talking to this race, right? We're talking to the ones that are less welcoming.
That is up to y'all. I mean, the from what you can understand, either y'all's commanders were not aware of the Voss, or they didn't want you to interact with them and specifically told you
It's
to
it's the boss, and what's the other race's name?
the Gormak.
So, are you enemies with the Gormak right now? Or is there like open hostility between you and them?
The Gormak are brutish, typically. They see us as abominations.
Oh,
We do not wish to fight them, but they
but they
insist.
Okay, all right, interesting. All right, thank you. Is there some type of authority figures here that we could have talked to?
Yes, of course. That is who we are leading you towards for the
Perfect.
most part.
Cool.
You can speak with them at your earliest convenience or enjoy your accommodations and relax, being able to be off the ship for a while.
Cool.
And I will also make a note that as y'all are walking through and y'all are hearing other people, like other people of this race talking, it is not that everybody is doing this where they're all talking at the same time and being all creepy and weird. Most people are just normal people. But these two are definitely creepy, I guess.
Like a
Yeah, these two are different.
You got
seems
any
like
you got any beaches or pools or lakes or anything?
Yes, well, we have a small lake in the center of town.
Hey, all right.
While we're
There
walking,
are oceans and beaches on this planet as well. Some under our control, some under the Gormak, and others. It just depends on who's in the area.
while we're walking,
Mhm.
I would like to pull back into those hands that I feel, and I want to cast comprehend speech.
All right. What does that do?
For the duration, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language you hear. It lasts for
Okay.
1 hour. I'm
Okay.
doing this just to hear if I hear anything that catches my ear or sounds out of place or
Yeah. I'd say with that, every once in a while you are hearing people of this planet talking in another language, and as you pick up on it, you do. It's just standard talk. Like you hear a little girl just be like, "Mommy, mommy, I'm hungry. Let's go get some food from my favorite place." And the mom's just like, "Oh, child, you have food at home, but you don't cook well," and shit like that. Like just everyday life. Like you're able to pick up on the life of this area a little bit better because typically they like in their households and all that they would speak the language of their planet.
The people here are happy.
So yeah, I'd say over the next 20 to 30 minutes of, unless y'all try to make things go faster, they just kind of a leisurely stroll towards this fucking big ass spire almost in the center of the town. It is very elaborate, very intricate and almost delicate looking. As you make your way to there, y'all are again. You see some more guards. And as you're moving, you see. I mean, it's the roads are paved. There's trees and all sorts of just like I said. It's nice. It's pleasant and untouched by war. And for everybody, I will go ahead and post a picture uh, in the Discord.
Ooh.
It's a little bit more full than that, but that's
Yeah.
um yeah, that's kind of sort of what it looks like. That is a freaking screen grab from Swoder, I think. So you have an extra, what is it, 10,000 years or something of building and growth on top of that. But yeah. So as you make it in, make it to that spire, to that main spire. Ilum and Laura turn to you, and they both smile simultaneously. Here is where your accommodations are. We will guide you inside. But we wanted to welcome you officially to Voska.
Thank you.
And they guide you inside.
Yeah.
Y'all, as you make your way in here, you can tell this is pretty much every government building has this very similar feel to it. It's a little stuffy, a little bit of pomp and circumstance going on to it. Just very, very much. Oh yes, we're the government. We need to make appearances. There's more of these trees here inside of the building, kind of as a centerpiece. There are desks or not desks, like almost like hotel counters, like with people working behind them. Y'all are led to some what the heck do they call them in Star Wars speak? To some grav lifts, some fancy ass elevators, and
Right.
y'all are led up about halfway up the spire, and y'all each have your own room. Each one is kind of specifically tailored towards each of y'all.
What does my room look like?
Fairly Spartan. Very large, comfortable bed. Hot tub. And
Nice. I'm glad they didn't just see a good morning. We're like, it's gotta have sand and bodies.
And but in the middle of the room there's a large like vibro just pillar, like it's something for you to be able to practice with your lightsaber against.
Hell yeah.
What does Alex's room look like?
Well, I was gonna, since Porco's spoke up first, I'm gonna go around in that order. So Killjoy, your room is also fairly Spartan. Your bed is not so large, still comfortable, but not too comfortable. And you have a work table with pretty much any tool that you would think of needing to be able to maintain your gear with.
Whose room?
Your room.
Oh, okay. Your mic cut out for like a half a second.
No, sorry. Arto, your room has so many plants in it. Lots of just nature in there, trying to make you feel comfortable. It's got, similar to Porco's room, it has some sort of training dummy there in the middle to be able to fight against. And then there's a patch in the corner next to the window of grass for you to be able to sit on as a meditation area. Malik, your room.
Yep.
At first, it seems just boring and uneventful. You're like, oh, well, they didn't do anything special for me. And you get in and you like there's a small table and a nice comfy chair to be able to sit in, relax. And so you sit down and kind of just sit up and look up. You notice that the ceiling looks a little weird. And you go and you flip off the light switch. And as you do, it is the ceiling is one giant monitor that is projecting the entire galaxy map.
Wow.
Ooh.
And then, like, yeah, you have a nice bathing area, not a big hot tub like Porco's, but like still a nice tub to be able to relax in, and you have all the other basic amenities that you would need. But that is your.
Can I look at the map and see if there's anything that I recognize out of the ordinary or would be of interest, or in particular, this planet itself?
As you look up, it is. I mean, it's similar to what you have on the ship to be able to use to navigate, except it is massive and detailed, and just a general projection of like, hey, I can like what you would see whenever you fall asleep in in the cockpit, just looking out into space. And as you look up and you think about this planet, it all starts to spin a little bit and zoom in, and you're looking at the planet from like an orbital view.
Ah, interesting.
And you kind of get the sense that testing it out a little bit, if you're really trying to like look at a different planet or anything like that, or a different part in space, it will project that area of space.
Interesting. Is this something that I could rip the code off for?
Roll a technology check.
$17.
17. With 17, I would say that the basics of being able to hone in on different areas of the map and all that based off of thought, that would be difficult. There's a very just alien technology to that, and the monitor, like having a ceiling, like huge ceiling monitor like this would be difficult to do. That being said, you could definitely make some adjustments to your own equipment on the ship and get something similar,
Cool.
if not so extravagant.
Do I see any places of note on the planet? Would I see anything of mention in the direction of what Porcos was talking about?
Roll. Ooh, this is a. Need you to roll something, and I'm not sure what.
You know what? I call Porcos into my room.
All right, there we go. That
Inky.
that works a little bit better. Do you, Porcos, being Dick and...
I'll roll in there.
All right. Didn't know if you were already like stripped down in the hot tub.
No, I mean, yeah, but whatever, you know.
He has that natural greasiness to him.
I just go in there, you know, fucking full cocking it. Yeah. Put a towel on and follow.
Pull a towel on, all right.
Sorry to pull
Gamorrean
you.
dong not hanging, but
Yeah.
Sorry to pull you from your leisure time, but I thought you would like to see this. There seems to be a giant map. Look up.
Oh, hey, look at that.
So as you focus on something, the map focuses in on that point, and I didn't know if this maybe would be able to help you in that thing you were trying to find earlier today.
I mean,
one of y'all, either both of y'all roll nature, or one of y'all roll nature with advantage, or survival. I'll allow either one.
Okay. Yeah. That's a 12. Hold up. Yeah. Hey, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. With Malik's knowledge of piloting and knowing where y'all landed, as you think, you make the planet kind of rotate the opposite direction a little bit. And
Get your fucking fingers off my die. Thank you.
We can't have nice things.
Oh Lord. Anyways. At first I thought you were yelling at one of your kids. I was like, oh, what? Wait, dice, what?
Doesn't sound much different.
Exactly.
It's kind of like lightly dripping water on the floor as I'm like messing with the map.
Yeah. So about sorry, I'm trying to think about scale, planetary scale of things. Probably 750 to 1,000 miles from where y'all landed.
Okay, well, that's not terrible.
No, not in a spaceship at all. You see a dark spot.
Okay, all right then. There's a dark spot here where this is where I sensed something.
Malik, you don't see it at first. And then as he talks about it,
there's nothing there.
And as he mentions it and kind of points it out, it kind of comes into focus for you.
I do see something there.
Like somebody's trying to hide something. Yeah.
Like somebody needs to go investigate.
Indeed. Well, before then,
I'm
you
down.
want to come to the hot tub with me? I got a hot tub in my room.
Is it oil
Let's go.
based? Because I'll hop in.
Hey, let's go.
So
living on Gamoria, you get the chance to get into a body of water. You take it.
So as all this is going on, easy. As when you got into your room, it is small. It has kind of a wall charger thing for you to be able to like kind of plug in, recharge, and all that. A terminal where you can connect to for any sort of reading or entertainment that you would, or research that you would want to do, and then a hot oil bath. And that's about it. It is a very sparse room because you don't need things generally.
I like it.
Taking a better look at the hot oil bath, you see that it's like a car wash. Like it's got like big brushes like rotary brushes in there to like polish you down and all that.
Nice. So I get clean. It's completed, and then I look in the mirror and I say to myself, "You're new. Not much of a rind on you." I'm alone in the room, right? There's no one else here.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right. No one else heard that.
I will say, for the sake of this, for the next day in game, you have give you an extra +2 on any dexterity checks or saves.
Mm.
You're all polished and lubed up. Your joints are working fucking great, and yeah, feeling good, feeling smooth.
There's one scene in particular from a movie that I have in mind. Kind of like the general vibe of it. Of Easy in his room by himself after a good rinsing off. I'll find something and post it in the chat.
Oh Jesus.
That's how I know you're Easy's a fucking serial killer.
That's how he really thinks of himself.
Yeah.
Oh jeez. But really though, would you fuck me?
Lols.
I'd fuck me.
I would fuck
So
me.
hard.
I'd fuck you so hard. Would you fuck me, John? I'd fuck you so hard.
All right. What do y'all do for the rest of the day? I'd say this is, I mean, being on an actual planetary time is. It's been a while for all of y'all. Y'all have been in either on space stations or hyperspace travel for probably close to a month now. I'd say that y'all have been together.
Hmm.
Doesn't feel out of the ordinary for me.
Yeah. So yeah, aside from
Raised on a
y'all's
tube.
trip down to a Tracken and the glory that followed there, yeah, y'all really not been planetside very much. So feeling natural gravity probably has its perks and its downsides.
I'm not really
You're
much
at
of a
about
spacefaring one anyway, though. I'm more or less attuned to natural gravity.
you're at about 1.1 Gs.
I was trying to be efficient in any atmosphere. In space, on ground, in gravity
Yep.
or not. We would raise to be the best of the best.
You're like a sardine in a tin can and flying in space. I can't really help out much.
I hate space.
Space is terrifying. So, yeah,
You're also comprised of it.
I get those coordinates over to Easy and say, do what we gotta do here, but I'd like to visit that spot.
Okay.
What if
Let's
the
do it.
planetary authorities don't mind us traveling around and prodding at places?
I mean,
say we go there.
I really don't. I get the sense they don't really care what we do.
Yeah, and at the same time, they know everything that we do.
Yeah, so
Should
I
we
don't
go
want to say
investigate it
something
on
that
our
might
own, or should
just
we ask
terrify the crap out of y'all.
or should we ask the authorities if they know anything about it?
I mean, we could go talk to the people at the Vosh have set for us to talk. So
Yes, we could bring it up at the meeting they've scheduled for us.
sure.
If we do that, though, they might go seek it out themselves. What if
Maybe.
there are untold riches?
What if they're trying to hide it from us?
Well, then maybe we
Something-
don't bring it up. It's that simple.
My point exactly.
We talked because the Republic didn't know anything about these people being on here, so this could be another potential ally, even though they seem kind of disinterested in helping the Republic or being a part of the Republic. So
I don't think our mission is too much to get them to join the Republic, but to perhaps accept some sort of ambassador to the planet to better get connections and relations with them.
that's a
Or
good
more
start.
of a first contact team.
That's a good start. That's why you're the guy, and I'm just a pig with the lightsaber.
Everybody has their uses.
Mm-hmm.
Yours is in a fight.
Yeah. All right.
I guess we
There
kind
we
of
go.
wait in our rooms until they
Yeah.
come to ask us to go to the meeting. Or
Yeah, I'm still in my towel, by the way. I kind of got my towel on when I went to go talk to Easy real quick. Let them know what's going on.
I was gonna say that this is probably mid-afternoonish.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all insist on meeting the leaders tonight, it would be accepted. But if y'all want to just do it the next day, that would also be fine.
Yeah.
I like to
I
move.
propose probably just seeing how the night goes. I don't think we should bother our gracious hosts any more than we have.
In my room, I will practice inflicting the force on objects.
All right. Yeah, there's some cups and some stones and things like that around that you can try. Just real quick, Austin, what? Sorry, I'm trying to find the right tab. I have too many Star Wars tabs up. Okay. What subclass are you?
That is my level 3.
Yeah.
I went Marauder.
You want Marauder? Okay, I just want to.
It is only now just awakened inside of me.
Mm-hmm.
I should really get Porcos a gift and aiding me in my advances.
Clickety click. And so you, I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out how. There's a lot of crap when it comes to Star Wars and force powers and all that.
Specifically, I am using break at will, inflict 10 force damage to an object you can see within range, generating an explosion of sound that can be heard 100 feet away. The object is not
Dang.
destroyed, small shards of shrapnel.
Just 100 feet away.
Yeah, so all of y'all occasionally hear, you're looking at like this small stone, and you cast and you use your break ability at it, and everybody hears, and small shards of stone just kind of fly everywhere. And yeah, you spend some time doing that. And yeah, all y'all just occasionally hear these loud cracks and pops and shit exploding.
Ooh.
Do y'all do anything about that?
I mean, obviously we hear it coming from Arto's room, right?
Yeah.
I try to tune it out.
I'm gonna go take a look like I always do.
Because,
Killjoy's just tuning it out. Like, secretly, Arto's in there just getting fucking shot at and destroyed. And Easy, you go and check.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Yeah, you see Arto just like staring at an object and just like squeezing his hand and fucking pops and explodes.
Kind of whistle on by and pop my head in. We still got the towel on. Everything good in here?
Yes, he is doing things.
Hey Archie, I got a hot tub in my room. I think Malik's still in there.
I begin to get naked.
What?
I begin to get naked.
Hell yeah, let's go.
I will observe for notation purposes.
Yeah, well, I got 3 people in the hot tub now to party.
Hell yeah, man.
I can't get in.
No.
I refuse to.
Are you scared of water?
No.
I'm actually only 5'5", so it's actually coming up to my chest, like above my chest. I'm just like,
All right, I will say the 3 of y'all for the next day in game get a +2 pop to your charisma checks and
oh
saves.
wow. Hell yeah. Yeah, it certainly beats a lot of my other mercenary jobs, I tell you that. There's a new kind of work.
The captain nor the commander wish to join us in here. And
I didn't think they, well, I mean, wait, Captain Command, you're talking about Easy? I don't think Easy actually wanted to get out of his armor, so.
Easy,
You know, the commander's got to have a bit more of a.
Easy's the droid.
Oh, Easy's there? Killjoy.
Joy's the
Yeah,
yeah.
Killjoy. I didn't think Killjoy wanted to get out of his armor, you know. Probably needs to have a bit more of a distance between, you know, us and commanding officer. Yeah,
We all know what's underneath that
one
armor.
could say he's being a little bit of a killjoy.
For himself.
I mean, yeah, you saw me walking in with the towel on, so, you know.
Joe, you get inspiration.
Just like one could say he's being a little bit of a killjoy.
Yeah. So like D&D inspiration, you get you can reroll or a roll.
Gotcha.
A D20 roll.
Gotcha.
Oh, good shit. All right.
Made this character, man, he gets straight to the point.
We're visiting the Vash Bosch leaders, or are we going to my dark spot?
I'm curious in this dark spot.
Yeah, me too.
Well, they did say we could wait until the next day
Well,
if we really want to go check that out.
well, let's go do it.
Do we have
leave now.
obligations the next day, though? That's going to pull us away from the dark spot.
We go visit the dark spot now, and then tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
Night mission easy.
What?
What?
I fart bubbles in the hot tub.
But they're masked by the hot tub jets.
Roll gun.
Roll a
Oh,
stank
so.
check.
Roll a Constitution check, Arto.
Oh god, he's gonna shit in the hot tub.
That's your 20.
Nat one, shit in the hot tub.
Do it.
Oh shit. Oh, I
Roll
thought
for
that
bowel-
was a 1 for a
Roll for
second.
bowel control.
Roll for bowel control. Ooh,
Oh,
that
man.
almost was going to that too.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
He's got some tight cheeks there.
It's honestly a little bit impressive. Just the length of the duration of the flatulence. At first you're like, oh shit, somebody found the like jacuzzi button for like a solid like 15-20 seconds, and then it stops.
God damn.
I've been holding that in since hyperspace. I'm scared to fart up there. I've heard that terrible things can happen.
Terrible things happened in here.
All right, now for the hot tub. Gotta get moving on.
If you fart in space, you lose your organs.
I don't think that's true.
I've read about.
All right. So not sleeping, just going on out to check out the dark spot, eh?
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's midday, right?
Well, no, I said it was like late afternoon.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think,
Sleep
well,
first
yeah,
thing
we can
morning.
probably do it.
Let's do
A
it.
couple of y'all were talking. All right, y'all are doing it. Cool.
Yeah. Give me
So
about 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
I was actually just gonna say we can use this chance to take a quick
Take a break.
9-minute break right at
And that-
7:30.
In that amount of time, I can get asking Fitch about a rule thing.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yes.
All right, guys, we're
Alright.
gonna take a short break. We'll be right back with you. Don't go anywhere. See ya.
wonders what they would do if they saw a ghost. I think everyone wonders what they would do if they saw a ghost.
I'm not afraid of your ghosts, Bridget.
I think everyone wonders what they would do if they saw a ghost.
I'm not afraid of your ghosts, Bridget.
I think everyone wonders what they would do if they saw a ghost. I think everyone wonders what they would do if they saw a ghost.
I'm not afraid of your ghosts, Bridget.
I think everyone wonders what they would do if they saw a ghost.
I'm not afraid of your ghosts, Bridget.
I think everyone wonders what they would do if they saw a ghost.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the stream. I'm your host on Holy Notes. These are the Ether Boys, and we are back from break, so we're gonna hop right back into it. Dark Avenger.
What?
Jesus Christ.
What
Well,
do you want me to do?
You get into the habit of doing shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you want Porco to do?
Teach me lightsabers.
All right, so after taking a nice little oil bath for Easy and a little group hot tub sesh for the rest of y'all except for Killjoy, because he as he said is a Killjoy. Little group hot tub sesh, and y'all are all feeling pretty good. As a group during the hot tub, y'all decided to that you want to go ahead and do a little nighttime exploration and go see what that little dark spot was on the map. A little dark spot that is pulling Porcos. Speaking of which, go ahead and roll another wisdom saving throw.
Wait, Porco?
Yeah, you. Actually, you too, Arto.
Yeah. 14.
All right.
Rocky Road ice cream.
It's at least a 20. It might be a 22.
Oh yeah. So you don't even feel it, but Porco, you feel that little tug again, a little bit stronger than this time, and I will say it feels
like summer.
Yeah, last summer.
no, it feels familiar. Isn't quite the right word. It's like feeling like you've known somebody that you just met and realizing, oh, I mean, shit, like you kind of went through this a little bit, but to a little stronger extent. Yeah, feeling like you know somebody that you just met, and then a while later you realize that you find out that they're related to somebody you already know.
Now you're just somebody that I used to know.
Yeah, what he said.
So yeah, it's strange, but still almost a little familiar. So y'all group up and decide to go for an evening 1,000-mile trek.
I'm with them too, also, right?
Hmm?
Cool.
Wait, how far away?
About 750 to 1,000 miles.
How are we supposed to get there in the evening?
Well, we're going in the ship, right? Correct?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's up to the captain.
I mean, correct?
Absolutely.
yeah, if that's what y'all are doing.
We hop in the ship. Bam! Just like that.
Captain Madlock. Okay.
Otherwise, that'd be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
All right, so
I punch in the coordinates that we got the other night, and
wait, so you think you can just time skip to the ship like that?
yeah.
Ignore the guards that you had passed on your way in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Said we were free to move about as we please, right? We were, I guess.
Maybe? Pretty
It did not seem like we were prisoners here.
I don't know. As we're making our way towards the ship, do we? Are we approached by the guard?
Yeah.
As you're exiting, they don't say anything as you're exiting the building that you're in.
Okay.
Pardon me. When you get your way to the cave entrance, they stop you for just a second. And one of them just asks you, "Are you leaving, or are you just going out to your ship?" Just trying to keep a good sense of who's coming in and out of the city. We don't have many visitors.
No problem with it. We will be back later because we have a scheduled meeting with some officials tomorrow morning.
Okay, here you go. Just whenever you start heading into the cave on your way back, just press the button on this little pager, and it'll let us know that it's a friendly that's coming through, and not the Cormac.
Copy that.
Ooh.
When we get away from these people, I would like to.
Let's write that in my inventory.
When we get away from these people, I would like to ask whoever is the most qualified to inspect that thing that they gave us to make sure it's not tracking us.
Yeah, they were tracking us before we even got there.
Even still.
Which one of y'all would like to make that tech check?
That would be me, I believe.
You're easy.
+5.
Good thing
Probably.
that they assist one another.
Yeah, I'd say that easy could, yeah, you can go ahead and roll that with advantage if you would like. Mr. Notes, Mr. Malik, Mr. Shamai.
Here we go. That's a nat 19 +5, 24. Without advantage.
Yeah, you kind of give it a little once over, figure out that it'd be hard to, it's definitely possible that there's a tracker in here, but you'd have to pop it open and see. It's not likely that it is, but it's possible.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's not going to matter to us too much, does it? Or do we want to open it up and let them know that we possibly tampered with it?
Who cares if they know we tampered with it? We're their guests.
10-4.
There's a chance of breaking said device then, right?
I don't believe
Mhm.
so.
I mean, anytime you open something up, it's possible to break it.
I'd rather not break their property to see if they are tracking us.
Agreed.
If we break it, it might be a little bit more difficult to try to get into the city again.
True that. Literally.
But we are here to meet those two. I would reach out to them with the force to let them know we are approaching. Or they can already sense us. I did not like the tone of that guard.
I don't recall his town being hostile. Just kind of wary of Gormak trying to come through the door.
Yeah.
Anyways, I say we should get off to a desired location.
Agreed.
Alright, so y'all load up in the ship,
Yeah.
start heading off to the coordinates that you were given, or that you figured out from the kind of crazy star map thing. And yeah, so you It takes a little while. You can't travel like full space speeds in your ship while you're on land. But yeah, it doesn't take too long before the as you start getting close to this area that it's not just like a weird dark spot on the map. Things start getting it's like it was nighttime. Like it starts just getting dark in general in this area. I'd say that you probably have like landing lights and stuff like that you could turn on, and they help, but it definitely the light is unnaturally dim.
Gotcha.
This area is fairly heavily forested as well that you're flying over.
Okay.
Are
Are there any landing
Malik,
spots?
go ahead and
Are there any landing spots close by?
there are some areas that are kind of lightly, like a little bit thinner forested. Trees are shorter and stuff like that. Things that you could that'll get flattened down as you land. You feel comfortable that you'd be able to land safely.
Cool.
How far into this darkened area are you wanting to try to fly into?
I think I'm gonna leave that entirely up to the Jedi Master over here.
No, I'm not really a Jedi Master or anything like that.
I'm definitely gonna need your input.
Yeah. You see, something was just kind of pulling on me, and wanted to come check it out.
Do you feel anything pulling?
Do I
A
feel anything
stronger
pulling?
pull?
Now that I'm here.
Go ahead and roll just a wisdom check.
Yep, that's not good. 4.
Aura.
Yeah.
And try to reach out with your senses to feel what was trying to pull onto you. And you don't feel a pull.
Yeah.
But you start feeling that darkness in the area start to, it's like creeping up the back of your neck and trying to, like if somebody like were to like put their hands on the back of your neck and like start trying to cover your ears, that's the kind of feeling that you're starting to feel. Malik, go ahead and roll a piloting check for me.
Okay.
Is this a dark side presence?
I mean, kind of getting the sense that it might.
24.
24. Yeah, you feel a little like the controls are a little sluggish, but you're doing fine. Start making it a little bit further in. Porco, go ahead and roll another wisdom saving throw for me.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay. Well, 13.
13. All right, so those hands that you kind of almost feel like on the back of your neck start feeling cold, very cold.
Would you say the back of his neck is very hairy or just mildly hairy?
Probably not hairy, very hairy at all.
Nope.
Gamorreans aren't very hairy creatures, I don't believe.
All right.
Are you okay, Porcos?
Well, I've been better.
Are you tapping into the force?
I think it's the other way around. Something's tapping in me right now. I'm gonna do what little training I've had in this and just kind of meditate.
All right.
As he
Kind of
meditates,
reach out, whatever role this might be. I don't know if we need a roll.
Despite Porcos, like clearly trying to meditate next to me, I'm going to tell him that
Earlier, it felt like hands. A lot of hands. Is that what the force feels like to you?
Ew.
Mm.
A lot of little hands.
Oh, what are you trying to accomplish through this meditation?
Contact what might be out here.
All right.
Maybe get a bit more, be a little bit more receptive, you know.
All right, roll a wisdom check with advantage.
Hey, Austin, what race is Arto? Assyrian?
That's correct.
18.
18. And so you're just trying to figure out some context?
Yeah, maybe.
What you're feeling right now, what was pulling you here, was the abandoned hatred of an entire species.
Oh, damn.
Huh.
That's
We need
dark.
to be cautious here because the feelings I'm getting here are the same feelings I get when I've been around a dog Jedi. So we need to be careful.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I don't know if that's because there's a dark one here. I doubt it. I don't think he'd just be out here in the middle of the jungle, but forest. Or this feels, or it could just be the place itself. Tainted over here. I don't know if we're gonna find anything here that is useful.
Malik, one more piloting check with disadvantage for me.
I'll close my eyes and imitate Porcos.
14.
14. You know that you need to land soon. There is something interfering with your ship's controls.
Dang.
Guys, we need to either get out of here or touch down quickly.
Yeah, like it's you're still able to pilot, but it's
For now.
that sluggishness is getting worse. And yeah, you can tell that the further into this darkness that you're going, the harder it's going to be to control the ship.
Can we actually turn back now? Or
It's your call.
I say we turn back when it's not pitch black outside and
Okay, I turn the ship around.
You don't want to take it down and land on the edge? Just kind of prod at it, see what's in there.
I mean,
gonna
You're
wait till
already
it's
here.
I'm following
Well-
following the Jedi, and if the Jedi
gonna
doesn't
wait
wanna
till
go-
we actually can see.
I mean, I got my flashlight.
Yeah, I know.
Equipped for
Well,
night
you're-
operations.
Your call, Killjoy, if you think you can handle it. Like I've said, I get the same feeling that I've gotten when I've been around a few Dark Jedi.
Is everybody rested up and ready for such an encounter? Go in here, see what it is.
I don't think we should.
I turn the ship around and start flying back.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Expected tomorrow from our gracious host.
I say we go ahead and head back to our expected arrival tomorrow, and when we have the free time, we'll come back when it's daylight.
All right.
Probably a safer bet.
Seeing as you had the sense of some sort of dark side of the force is what you call.
Yeah,
Should we inform the people here?
it's up to you. Like I said, I don't know if they know it's here. I don't know if they.
Well, if they know it's here and it doesn't seem to be good, and either they're against it or they're with it.
Hmm.
If they're
I
with
say
it,
we.
then
mm,
we're not with them.
They seem to be absolutely knowing, so we should just tell them what we know.
Very well.
Better to come out with the truth and tell them than to lie and have them find out later.
Or just know that we are lying.
Fine with me.
It's already bad enough we're snooping around the planet at night.
Malik, go ahead and do a survival check for me.
Okay. Nine.
9. As you're trying to fly through this, your the sensors aren't working right. The compass isn't working right. You think you're exiting the Stark area, but you aren't sure.
Everything all right up there, Captain? Seem a little confused.
Nope, everything's as it should be. I
Copy that.
rolled a 24 on piloting, so I sure as hell know what I'm doing.
Copy that, Captain. Let's bring us home in one piece.
It takes about twice as long as it took to get to that point that you were in before you turned around. But you finally, things start getting lighter. And you can see the force below a lot more clearly. And as you keep flying, it's lighter now than it was as you were flying over this forest. It's starting to get dark. It's kind of about that twilight kind of time, but you can tell that as you are flying into this area, it wasn't the sun going down that was making it dark. It was something else. And yeah, you get the sense from the fact that, like I said, it took about twice as long for you to get to that point, or to get out, than it took you to get in. That your controls and all that, or everything was messed up, and you were kind of flying in maybe in circles for a minute, or just something was kind of sucking you in.
There's like a noticeable like time dilation or something.
Yeah, it
Either
took
time
twice as long.
dilation or just something was like kept trying to pull him back in, and it was hard to tell because like I said, all the sensors and controls and all that weren't acting quite right.
Yeah. So we should probably definitely do like some sort of like diagnostics of some sort, kind of like check, like any sort of reference point.
All right, roll a tech check with advantage.
All right.
Yeah,
Plugging into
I relayed that.
into the systems, and
I relayed that to everybody, so they're aware of how I felt about the situation.
Yeah.
4. Yeah, 4.
you get to roll twice with advantage. Take the higher of the two.
So 17.
17. Everything seems to be functioning just fine at this point. You can going into the what the hell is the word?
Logs?
Yes, there we go. Thank you. Going into the diagnostic logs, there is a chunk of time where things were just start reading out backwards and using different freaking languages, and shit is just was not working right. There was definitely an outside influence for a short period of time, but everything seems to be running fine just right now.
All right. Yeah, we're trying to get back to where we were before, huh? Before we start investigating.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we should definitely notate that and get to safety as soon as we can.
So yeah, I'd say if y'all are just flying straight back to the landing pad that y'all had exited from, takes you until like it is after dark by the time that you'll land, but you make it there safely. Do you use the little pager?
Yes.
Use the little pager, and as y'all are walking through this tunnel, and yeah, kind of pass through without an issue. That the same guard that had given it to you, Tercio, did y'all have a safe trip?
Was.
As far as we can tell, back in one piece.
Well, that's good.
Need your pager back.
Yes, please. We like to keep a pretty close watch on these.
Is there a tracker in it?
No, there's no reason. I mean, there's not the tracker to try to track the people who are using it. There's a tracker in every single one of these, so that way, if they get lost or stolen, we can retrieve them.
Told you there was a tracker in it.
Yes, you were right.
Well, obviously the tracker's not for hostile purposes. It's to find this stuff if anybody decides to not give it back.
And like I said, they're more for if they get stolen and taken to the Gormak or anything like that. If they're used for nefarious deeds.
What
is that?
Nefariousism.
See, also, wouldn't you like it if, you had a tracking device and, say, your weapon? You know, if anybody ever stole it.
What does nefarious mean?
Oh, bad purposes, not good.
Bad intention.
Bad intention. Say somebody stole your weapon and you wanted to get it back. but they went to a different planet, you wouldn't be able to find it.
The lack
get
of
it.
trust should be noted.
If you had a
I would-
tracking device, you could get it back easily.
I would get a new weapon, or I would kill them before they left where I was at.
Indeed, but what if it was some kind of thief? You know, say you get a lightsaber, right? Something you're trying to get. Someone steals it, runs away, goes to a different planet, gone forever.
I would kill them.
That's one option. But say they're too fast and they get away.
There was no one faster than me, not even Porcos.
Ye.
Oh, that's why you're on the team, friend.
Also, ye.
Alright. Time for some shut-eye, gents. Got a long day ahead of us tomorrow.
Yep.
After the commander mentioned shut I'll immediately yawn.
Pavlovian response.
I'll make my way
Alright.
back to the tower and hit the
Yeah,
hay.
yeah. I'll say that all this talking was done as y'all were heading back to the tower.
Oh yeah.
The tower security, just kind of nods at y'all, expecting y'all's return, your eventual return. And yeah, y'all go on back to your respective rooms. And yeah, just for because I can't remember if I said it out loud. I don't think. I think I have, but they would have said it. This is called the Tower of Prophecy.
Tower of Prophecy.
Syrians only need 3 hours of sleep. I would like
Is that
to
true?
I only need 3 hours of sleep during a long rest to gain its benefits instead of 6. Additionally,
Oh, nifty.
if my long rest would be interrupted, I only need to complete the long rest instead of restarting it to gain its benefits.
Nifty.
I would like to parcel out my 3 hours of sleep into 1 hour intervals, the last one being when the group wakes up. In between that time, I will be focusing on the Force and doing calisthenics.
Yeah.
All right. Are you using your force break thing at all?
No, because people are sleeping.
Okay. All right. So you are practicing force calisthenics, tensing muscles and trying to do small connections to the force and holding them, breathing controls and meditation, things like that. Roll a perception check.
Very well.
What was the tower's name, Fitch?
Tower of Prophecy.
Gotcha.
Additionally, if possible, I will use affect mind on myself.
Okay. That seems interesting.
I got a 14 on perception.
14 on perception. Okay. What are you trying to affect on yourself? Like, how are you trying to influence yourself?
I will be using affect mind on myself, a la Avatar opening the chakras.
Okay. I guess roll a wisdom saving throw on against your own DC.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Nice.
Natural 1.
Okay.
that,
so
DM.
I was hoping it was gonna take a little bit longer to roll through there before, because I was trying to decide if failing it would work or if succeeding it would work. Like,
Well, you got the extreme of one of them.
exactly. Okay, so choose a target within range that isn't hostile towards you. Must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, you have advantage on charisma checks directed at that target. On a successful save, but it is mean to... Okay. No, I would say for this, since you are trying to do it to yourself, you would have had to have been able to like succeed against your DC to control it correctly.
Very well.
You throw up.
Yeah.
Just like you're like using it on yourself and you're just like bleh. hit a chakra wrong.
If there's any chunky parts in my vomit, I will pick them up and eat them.
What have you been eating lately?
Oh. Space food.
Space food. No, it's all pretty well made to digest quickly and efficiently. There's no chunks.
Okay, then in that case, I'll just drink it up.
Okay.
The fuck?
As you're drinking up your own vomit, you see, do you have your door open or closed?
More than likely close.
Okay. You hear some shuffling outside.
Damn it, easy. I'll go over there with vomit on my face. I'll crack it open. Easy,
Okay.
go away.
As you crack it open, you see a figure going into Porco's room.
A figure?
Yeah, I mean, it's just you catch it as like the doors like closing, somebody walking in.
Can I see who it is?
It closed before you got a good look. Could have been Porco just going back to his room. Could have been anything.
I will go to Porcos' door and just listen, just to make sure there's no sound of foul play.
Okay.
Or foreplay.
That's acceptable.
Ding.
You hear the light moaning coming from the no. Porco,
Yeah?
you as you're sleeping, you feel a hand on you.
What?
A light push, just kind of like a nudge for you to wake up.
Lightsaber.
Really?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. As you ignite the lightsaber, you see an orange face with lightly glowing eyes, lightly glowing blue eyes.
Oh, in my room?
Yeah.
That's a little impertinent, but alright.
Just one figure.
You gotta be careful doing that. You gotta be careful doing that. You're likely to get, ran through.
I'm sorry for interrupting your sleep.
Uh-huh.
There's this is Laura, by herself.
Oh, okay.
Elam and I had decided that only one of us should approach you
Uh-huh.
due to the perceived. Make sure there's no perceived aggression coming to you in the night like this.
Okay.
We immediately felt something dark inside of you when you landed. We didn't want to draw attention to it around your compatriots.
Yeah, I think something has latched itself on me. This planet. kind
Oh.
of nudging me along.
Yes, that was not guaranteed, but it is not unexpected.
There's a dark
It
spot
is.
here.
Yes, that y'all traveled to the Nightmare Lands tonight, didn't you?
Wait, what?
The Dark Forest. It is the Dark Heart that was pulling you towards it.
Yeah.
It sensed the darkness in you,
I don't
all
know.
around you.
I don't know about that, but any way that I go over
Oh.
there and fix that, or
There's definitely a darkness surrounding you. Whether it is your own or someone else's, that cannot be.
Huh.
That cannot be made sure of.
well, okay. Anyway, is that what you came to say? Is that
He
it?
came to warn you that this may be. There might be a strong temptation from there. Temptation of power. Dark power.
Okay.
You must be careful. As I said, there from the moments you landed, since before you landed, since we saw your arrival, there's been a darkness surrounding you.
Should I avoid that place?
Unless you wish to be tempted further into the dark side.
Okay. Well, I'll put that on the backside then. That was an interesting pot to go check out. That's definitely going to be number 3 on my list instead of number 1. Then thank you. Anything else?
Oh, that is it.
Well, I know
just-
we're visiting your people in the morning, and then we're going to go off to the other race. I think.
Okay. Well, get good rest, I suppose, and we will see you in the morning.
Alrighty then.
And she kind of flips her hood back up and exits the room.
The fuck was that for? What the hell? Walk in the person's room.
Did I hear her say any of this?
Oh, you heard her, like, you were very specifically, like, pushing your ear up against the door, so you heard all of that.
Damn.
Can I catch her when she comes out?
Oh, yeah, sure. Say, unless you do otherwise, you're probably still pressed against the door as it opens.
No.
Oh, hello, Arto. Didn't see you there.
The orange one.
Laura.
Hello, Laura.
Are you having a good evening?
I think so.
Well, that's good. And she seems pretty visibly, like, uncomfortable. Like she's not used to being taken by surprise.
I heard what you said in there about the Nightmare Lands.
Oh yes, that is. It is a very potentially dangerous place.
Have you been there?
Oh no, the temptation of the dark side, if I went, could be too great for me to deny due to the extent of my sensitivity to the Force.
And I am force sensitive as well.
You are. To a different extent, but I can sense your abilities. I can sense that your abilities are growing. That you are more aware than you once were. Everybody has some connection to the living force. Your friend Porco over there has the potential to tap into it a great deal. And you much more than the rest of your allies. But differently, it is more innate with you, I think. Not something so much taught.
Is Tor also force sensitive?
Yes.
Does he use the dark side?
He does not use it in the same way that I do. The Force, much less the dark side. He is surrounded by it. I cannot tell if he channels it or if it just clings to him.
Thank you, Laura.
You sleep well. And she kind of quickly exits the room.
I'll go back.
Alright, go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, the disadvantage.
The disadvantage, you say. You can give me disadvantage, but you can't take away my proficiency.
Disadvantage. Oh, that is not good.
9.
That is not
9.
good. Oh, that's a cool way of rolling. If you hold it and then you right click and you just keep right clicking and then you let go. That's cool.
Alright, cool. 9, got it. Heard, great, sweet, tight.
Tight.
Anybody else doing anything for the rest of the night besides just sleeping?
I mean, not really.
No. But I am going to keep a very keen eye on Porco and his future decisions.
I mean, you don't know
Only R2 heard
that happened.
Well, only R2 did. Okay.
I just go back to my room like, Porco's so cool.
Wait, what?
Ardo is essentially Porco's biggest fanboy at this point.
I mean, he did let him use his lightsaber.
Yeah, Ardo would totally have a shirt that says "I'm with Porco's."
See how that works.
All right. We getting ready for a conference or something?
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Yeah, and so morning comes, y'all all wake up. There's a small slip of paper that slipped under y'all's door with a list of breakfast options that you can order.
I'll take
Y'all are
I'll take the carnitas tacos.
the carnitas.
I'll order that for Porco.
Yours is actually just different wattages of power cells that you could consume.
Take the fourth one, my lord. Number 4.
Yeah, so y'all are all fed and taken care of. At about 11 a.m. ish, let's say about 3 hours after y'all are fed, Laura and Ilum come by and gather y'all. And after y'all all get together. Well, it seems as though the 3 are ready to see y'all. Are you ready?
Yes.
Right this way. And they lead you back to the grav lifts, and you are taken to the very top of the Tower of Prophecy. When you make it to the very top, you aren't like escorted into another room. When you like the grav lift leads directly into their chambers, kind of like almost like a courtroom. They again, all in unison, the 3 speak up. You have been welcomed into our chambers. What is it that you wish to discuss with us?
Lean over and look at Killjoy, just like staring at him.
We have seen hundreds of possibilities of how this conversation will start and how it may continue. It is up to you all to decide how that goes.
Is there a possibility where we say exactly nothing?
I'm gonna have to, as
yeah.
easy, I'm gonna have to say, man, they playing you organic motherfuckers as fools. They really are. I can't do nothing about it, because I'm a robot.
Because I'm a robot.
Theoretically, aren't you a free-thinking robot?
Freedom is an illusion.
Alright, again with this propaganda. Well,
More like truth.
We're essentially here, as far as I can understand, to be some sort of first contact for the Republic, and try to get you guys to agree upon, I presume, an ambassador coming here to open relations with your people.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me.
Yeah, that's not the best for me. I love how, yeah, yep, I'm a clone. They're just like, yeah, we're
Now you feel how Karen feels every time that he gets
What's
stuff
Karen's
talking to people.
charisma?
Fucking like -1 or -2, something like that. I think I have an 8 in charisma.
Woo! 6.
You wish us to be a pawn for the Republic. To become a part of a war that we care nothing about.
I mean,
Pawn,
obviously, you have some sort of sympathy. You there are different beings and planets and inhabitants of the planets that are, just being attacked by the Separatists and their forces. Whole planets being taken over, planets being stripped of their resources. I was at one of the planets, Traken, where the Covenant decided that it was more useful to destroy the entire ecosystem of the planet. I don't know. Yes, the Separatists.
Playing so much Halo?
No, I don't know, but yeah, Separatists.
Yeah, cut the crap, you try people. If you knew we were here, then obviously you're the ones calling the shots here. What do you want from us?
Just call them tribe people.
Not so much a pawn, but a mutual partnership,
There's
as far as I can see.
I'm gonna double count them just to make sure that there are 3 of them. After Porco's questioned it, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's 3 of them.
They call them tribe people.
Oh no, that's insensitive.
I'm about to say, I'm like, oh, what an interesting insult.
As far as I can presume, the other species on the planet are more tribe-like and barbaric in nature.
Are they spacefaring?
I can presume these, the Vast, are most likely spacefaring.
Uh-huh.
I think I said this last time. The ability is more than likely there. Probably not through their own invention, but like through things that have happened in the past.
Yeah, it's kind of like how orcs fly in 40K. They just kind of believe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's they. This is their planet, and they're kind of isolationists.
I mean, I ask one question. Are you for the light side or the dark side of the Force?
We are deeply in tune with the light side. We have shunned the dark side. We have removed it from ourselves.
And as far as I can tell, the Separatists are led by the Sith, and the Jedi are with the Republic.
If I may interject, why did y'all get rid of the dark side? Why did y'all shun it?
Led to nothing but pain and anguish.
One might argue that suffering grows the soul. Are you saying you are soulless?
I agree.
We are not soulless, we are pure.
They are a
If we were to connect to the dark side as we once were, the only thing that would follow would be death.
But death is a condition of organic life.
Natural death, yes. Death is a part of the living force. But this would not be a natural death. This would be nothing but hatred and pain. and suffering and destruction. He could conquer the entire universe. But we will not do that. Had a, for a second there, best way that I can describe it is a Galadriel in the Forest kind of moment. It's like, I would be a dark queen!
Yeah, I've been getting that vibe.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I played my Mountain Blade Warband game when I was going through as a chick. I will be a queen.
But yeah.
So,
So yeah, no, like just them talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just them talking about the dark side. There's like almost like a genetic memory of when they were a part of, like, had that quote unquote balance of dark and light in them, and it was not happy times on the planet.
Was there like a bit of reverence in their voice towards that?
No, it was more of, there was a split second of temptation, and then immediate like, nope, back up, gotta just get that out of my mind.
I see. I don't know.
Okay, well,
Yes. They know, you know why we are here. Then you said you can sense multiple versions of this, perhaps one even where I leap across here and attempt to cut off your heads. So, what do you want from us?
We wanted to let you speak your piece. We wanted to warn you against talking to the Gormak. There is a darkness to your mission that you are all unaware of. From what our visions have shown us, they sent you to the Gormak not as a means of finding an ally, but to find a weapon.
A weapon.
Yes, to use the Gormak themselves as a weapon.
I don't enjoy being used.
I mean, if they want to fight, and that's what the Republic needs, then that's what we came here to do, right?
Following orders is what I do.
Let me go talk to the Gormak and see if they want to help out instead of these people. Right?
Well, the information we've gathered from these three is that I'm pretty sure negotiating with the Gormak is not a possibility. More like capturing one alive and bringing it back to the Republic. Am I about right
Yeah,
there?
yeah. We don't think we can incentivize them with, like, I don't know. Monies. I don't think they have a currency or anything like that, but you know, things.
Not sure they can be reasoned with.
Nope. Okay, well, we'll take a
Been
look at it.
described.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
If unknown people came to my tribe and tried to do what we are doing now, I would not be appreciative of it. I do not think I can do this in good faith.
Yeah. I agree.
I am open to talking to them, but I do not want to try to take advantage of them. I am also open to killing them.
You don't want to take advantage of them, but yeah, we'll totally eliminate them if we have to.
Push comes to shove.
Look, I'm here following Killjoy, so Killjoy will let me know what the parameters change. I'm here for money. I'm here for creds. This has been some of the most cush jobs so far I've had in a while.
Well, do you three have anything to suggest to us or assist the Republic with?
If you truly would like to send an official ambassador here, we would be willing to talk with them. But we cannot promise that we will become a part of your fight.
That's something.
And if you wish to speak to the Gormak, it may be possible.
Medic one in nature.
Sorry, what was that you? I cut out for a second.
Oh, I said I'm not a very charismatic one in nature. I'm not the best with talking. More shooty, get to business. I let the politicians deal with negotiations.
Yes, the Cormac may insist on your assistance in helping to destroy us.
Do we help them?
We would appreciate, as repayment to our kindness, that you do not.
Number one, I don't think the three of us could take down a whole civilization. I don't think the Republic would actually be fine with that either. So that seems out of the question.
I did a little bit of editing to my mic. How does that sound?
Planet.
Are they civilized enough to communicate with? Or are they more barbaric in nature?
Oh, they love war, and they love competition. But you may be able to speak with them. There are some of their species that do live among us.
So here's it bypassed.
Would they speak
Alright,
the
it's
same
bypassed
language, or
Tell
do
me
they
if you can
speak
tell the
some sort
difference.
of
It's
native
unbypassed.
language
It's
that they find?
bypassed. It's not bypassed.
Oh, they can.
Now it's unbypassed.
Some can speak
Now it's bypassed again.
Galactic Basic. Others can only.
I think I can
speak
definitely hear the difference, so I'm
language
gonna leave it
of
rolling.
Gormak.
Is there any way you could upload that to my translation device?
They can do that on the bottom floor of this tower. If you ask.
That would be greatly appreciated.
One last thing, Trinity.
Yes.
Have you seen the reality where I go to the dark forest and see the swirling green window?
Oh my.
That is a possibility. One that is immediately shrouded from us. I do not know what would happen if you went.
I try not to show any frustration on my face, so it is.
I mean, you are wearing a helmet, so.
Oh, I only wear it when I need to wear it.
Oh.
I don't wear it all the time, especially not for.
In my mind, you do.
I think yeah. It's like the COVID mask, like when I don't want to show people my face. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just put it on. I'll just put it on right now. As I get told like this, and I'm easily frustrated by it. I'm just like helmet on.
The fuck? What language did he say? Sorry.
Gormak.
Gormak.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Gormak is as Gormak does.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. Unless you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, y'all are free to leave.
All right.
With the knowledge that they will permit an ambassador to be sent, and you've at least kind of sort of completed your initial mission.
That's pretty good, though, right? I mean, we basically did. We opened up communication with them.
I think I want to take another dip in that oil bath before we have to leave.
Yeah, I mean, no reason why not. They didn't fucking kick you out or anything, so y'all could, as long as y'all are here, you do have your rooms and whatnot. If y'all wanted to stay, you're still welcome to do that.
God damn, I'm writing so much in this fucking log.
I will say, as curiously as possible, we can still visit the dark spot. We have time now that we've done our thing. That might give us time to discuss what our next move is.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Into the next
Now we gotta
move.
make a decision.
I vote dark spot.
And we go talk to the warmongers, right?
I believe going and talking to the Gormak,
Yeah, gourmet.
are definitely mission priority 1 at this point. After we conclude communications negotiations with them, I don't see why going to the dark spot would be a bad thing. Obviously, it's some sort of dark anomaly, but we could find a way to destroy it.
Yes.
Or understand it more. But to the Gormak we go.
Or incorporate.
All right, so y'all get back to your ship. You're not offered a pager this time. But you're told to if you decide to come back to try to reach them via a communications relay, and you'll be escorted back into the city.
Gotcha.
And you are told of a general direction to go to get to the Gormak. As you as you begin flying there, and it's in more of a plateaued area versus like this area where Voska is. Like I said, there's like that mountain range, but there's still lots of trees, and it's a fairly fairly plant, like a deciduous forest kind of area, I think. Like there lots of trees and a lot of trees and a lot of leaves.
Absolutely no
pretty
one
tiny.
gets that. Absolutely nobody understands that.
Deciduous?
No, sure. I was just throwing that out there because it was kind of in my brain for. No, it's a coniferous forest.
Yeah,
forest. Lots of. I think deciduous is a thing as well.
Deciduous is
But-
there is like the when the leaves leave. It's like the winter time, I guess.
Yeah, gotcha.
Not necessarily winter, but when the leaves are going away.
Gotcha. Like I said, it was just kind of a term in my head, and I was going, I think this is right.
I got it.
wrong.
I got what you were saying, but I was listening anyway. Yeah, I get the word.
Yeah.
They're all interchangeable.
But yeah, so it's a forested area. As y'all are flying towards the Gormax area, you were told that that their main city is called Gormakos. And as you fly there, you leave this more wooded area. It's a lot of plateaus, more desertish. I wouldn't say desertous. I'd say like savanna plains, kind of like very pale grass, like a tan grass. Yeah, just that kind of thing. It's like you're going to Mexico in any movie ever. You have that kind of tan shading to everything.
Yeah, like fucking God damn it, what's
Like
the
Sicario.
Sicario, yeah.
Yeah, like everything's just
Sicario.
fucking sepia toned. And
I like it.
and yeah, so, and again, this is from Switter, so everything's a little bit more more built up than that. There's more buildings and things, but it's all very much built into the side of these plateaus. And I posted it in a galaxy far away.
Yeah.
And it is 9:02. I don't know that. I don't know how much longer he would like to go along.
No, technically, I need to be asleep.
Yep.
So,
And yeah, I will say that y'all threw me the fuck off because I was like, all right, so y'all are gonna go to the Dark Forest area or the Nightmare Lands. Got it. I'll do a little bit of planning over the 10-minute break and yeah. And then I'm like, all right, so all this shit's happening, and fuck, y'all turned around. God damn it.
How she goes.
Good old party.
I get around like not having anything planned by just not having anything planned.
Yeah. Well, like I didn't like I had a little bit planned, but not a lot, and then
Yeah, I lie. I do.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, all right, cool. Y'all have a direction that like y'all are literally about to head to,
Yeah.
and you turned around.
Which is always nice, kind of.
Yeah.
I'm prepared. I am prepared for the group to just say "fuck it" and do something else. However, I think that's going to be more for the evil campaign, probably. Because right now we have like things, we have like things we got to do.
I like
Yeah.
how we're always doing something for someone who isn't, like, there.
Mhm.
I mean, good soldiers follow orders.
So do dogs.
No, I was just saying, like with like we're doing Mako stuff, and sometimes Mako isn't there, or we were previously doing Elith stuff, and Elith wasn't there. It's just kind
Yeah.
of funny.
But that got fixed. And yeah, I mean, you know, when the evil campaign comes around, my level of consistency that I'm looking for is gonna be up on
I'm
that.
I'm glad I scared that orange bitch.
Orange bitch. Oh yeah. Oh, like, what'd you do in my room? What'd you
Dude,
do in
that's
my room for,
weird.
girl?
That's weird. At first, I legitimately thought it was easy, and then I was like, oh, they're going into Porcos' room, but I respect Porcos. He's a badass. He's a rock star. So I was like, oh, I'll just
I understand easy in my room. I'd wake up
Yeah.
and I'd be like, "What are you doing here?" It's like studying. I'm like, "All right."
He doesn't even say that at that point. You just
Analysis of organic life.
Analyst.
Alice.
Analysis.
It's like
Killjoy needs to take a bath. He is stinky.
you're like I look up and it's like you just watching me sleep, like slow nod. I'm like, I
feel like today, this episode, Easy and Ordo got along more easy than we normally do.
Oh, you think so?
You think so, but he's secretly like blotting your death.
But he keeps you on your toes to where you don't know that, but you kind of know that.
I have a lot of things to consider now.
You know enough not
Apparently,
to let
I
your
am
guard down.
Force sensitive.
everybody's like, we can't like. I keep forgetting the fucking name of these species. The rest something.
The Gormax.
The Gormak, goddamn. Anyway, it's like we can't use the Gormak. You know, we can't like use them and whatnot. And I'm like, shit, man. Gamorreans have been used for centuries. You get used.
I mean, you
or you
could
get-
you could definitely make some fucking deals and be like, hey, oh yeah, no, you just want to go kill the Voss? I mean, shit, we'll fucking fly you right in.
Yeah, it's probably not gonna happen.
I was like, I won't take advantage of him, but I'll kill him. Hey, I have my principles.
So
We just got to get there. We got to go over there like college,
Yeah.
not college, like high school military recruiters. It's like, do you want to kill stuff? Do you want to fight? Do you enjoy destroying things? Well,
Come on with
we have
us.
the job for you.
Do you want a Dodge Challenger?
You
Goddamn.
want a Dodge Challenger?
Did you? I mean, what was the name of those fucking cannibals on Firefly? Like Ravagers.
the Ravagers, the Reavers.
The
Reavers.
Reavers.
So like that's what I feel like dropping the Gormax in on the Vosh would be. Just dropping in Reavers inside the city.
I posted a Gormak in the channel because, like I said, you did see one in the Voss. Yeah, in Voss.
All right.
Okay.
Man, it is so hard to fucking track what y'all are gonna do.
Well,
I was all ready for y'all to go into the Nightmare Lands and all that.
that's what
I'm
you
ready to
get.
go to the Nightmare Lands.
I was kind of ready to go to the Nightmare Lands.
Well, it seemed dangerous at the
Well, he
time.
laid it on
and
thick
especially
and
for, like,
scared everybody away.
Late at night, man, I
See-
was prepared. I was all messaging.
But now
So, I was trying to make it clear that it was not that it was getting nighttime as to why it's dark. No matter when y'all go, it will be dark.
Well, it actually was getting nighttime though.
Yeah.
Outside of there.
Yeah, but it got super dark as you went in, and then it got lighter when you went back out.
Regardless, I feel like Porco gets the short end of the stick in that situation. I don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like something bad's gonna happen.
It's just a well of the dark side.
Well of dark energy just sitting there.
Yeah, and you got 2 force users, and it's gonna tickle y'all's buttholes and try to tempt you.
All right. Well, I'm cold and sleepy. I'm gonna bundle up and go to bed.
All right, man.
Night, man.
Good night.
Later.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for coming out and hanging out with us during the Ether after
I was looking at
the
my
Ether
things.
Monday
I was looking at
stream.
my level 3 stuff today. 'cause I was
We'll be
looking
back
up-
at it. We'll be back at it tomorrow night for the music production stream with Maiko at 7:30. Until then, hope you guys have a great night. Have a great start to your week, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.
Sense to me that would be the reason why you wouldn't like take full damage when you're raging, because you got some force shit kind of swirling around you, whether or not you actually know that you're using it.
I wanted to ask the things. I was like, does Easy force sensitive? But I felt like even